Nancy, thanks for having me. And, you know, what everyone said, sign up right now, will be worth it, more than worth it. I've been an artist for over 40 years and started out painting. The kibosh was put on painting early on, like other people have described, you know, critique that was not helpful. It wasn't true critique, it was criticism. It was like, you don't fit in the art industrial complex here, so stop painting. Anyway, I became a stone carver, and I share that with Nancy, a former sculptor. Did that for many years till I broke my wrists ice skating, different times, but both of them got broken, and made it difficult to pound away on a 75-pound stone. So although I might go back to it at some point here, but I plunged back into painting. And what Nancy knows, and the group, some people in the group know, is that I'm at heart an experimentalist. I'm just driven by experiment, and it was never right, right? It was settle on something, do it really well, create the beautiful thing, and stop fiddling around, stop bouncing around and trying this and trying that. Well, you know, when I found Nancy's book, and then I found Nancy's course, and I found this group of people, although I hardly ever get to be in the conversations live because of other work, but this was where I found acceptance for, not just acceptance, but encouragement to experiment. And the idea of the adjacent possible gave a construct for what I had been trying to do all these years, you know, just trying to find the door to the next thing. And what if I do this? And I remember somebody saying, you're not attending to the purity of this medium, right? Don't mess with this medium. It has its own character. Don't mess with it. Well, now I don't give a damn. And I mess with all kinds of media. And I do things to media that they weren't intended to do, like silver point or metal point and caustic and all kinds of other crazy things I'm trying. But one of the things that really happens in this course, and I've been in the course for over a year and a half, and I you know, like when Marianne's been here for 4 years, some people have been here for 4 years. I'm probably going to be here many years from now, so get used to me. But it's understanding more deeply what it is you want to create, what it is that moves you. And that is what comes of listening to the concepts and then translating them for yourself, because it's not just, you know, Nancy speaks as an oracle and then we all go and copy it. That's not what happens. Nancy shows you her own process live with all of its, like, she doesn't know what's going to happen, and she's trying stuff out and talking through it. And what happens is you translate for yourself what it is that that you need to create, that you deeply find meaningful, right? And so the concept of 0 to 1, but the concept of adjacent possible are the two concepts that just totally blew my mind, because they resonated in a way that in ways that nobody had ever put together for me, right? And so, and then this group, you know, when I have had a chance to talk with this group, it's unbelievable. It's a support, as other people have said, and the confidence, you know, and the idea that you don't have to be in a major gallery to be a successful artist, and you don't have to be perfect and create these precious objects to be a successful artist. And, you know, I want to say one thing to Barbara, because I found your what you said about the pandemic and the rabbit hole so interesting. I had listened to an interview with the Japanese artist Senju the other day, because he gave the Art Institute of Chicago these beautiful screens for the Japanese gallery, and they're extraordinary. And he said, art points out what's missing. And I thought, wow, art points out what's missing. And it could be just for us personally, but it could be for lots of people. And he said, you know, we have imperfect dreams. and we are imperfectly pleased, and we are imperfectly convinced. And so everything he said, I just kept saying, Nancy says that, you know, in one way or another. This group says that. This group talks about what we need to be doing as artists individually, and then the support is incredible. So Barbara, I just wanted to point that out. It's sort of like art points out what is missing, and when that rabbit hole is so important that you went down. I just would love to see some of that stuff. It's fascinating to me. Anyway, I've taken up a lot of time. It's sort of like ditto what everybody said. I also will say it's a twofer because Bruce is a mind-blowing individual, is a force. And so the two of them is incredible. But yeah, you'll never regret it, and you'll always have this community. So thank you, Nancy, and thank you all. And I do try to drop in here when I can, and I do listen to the recordings, and I hope I get to drop in more and more as I get released from some requirements that I have in my life. So
thank you, Kathryn.
Thank you,
hey, Bruce. Yeah, force of nature there, Bruce.
He is a force of nature, isn't he?
Talk about brain sparkles, right, Laurie?
Whoa.
The brain sparkles.
Yes, and I love that, Kathryn, about you translate for yourself, you know, what it is. I mean, we learn these concepts, these foundational principles, and then extrapolate and take it somewhere new. And you run with that. You are an experimenter. You love the adjacent possible concept. And we've had many conversations writing back and forth to each other. Kathryn's also in the upcoming book that goes into this further, as are many of the people on this call, on this panel. So anyway, thank you so much, Kathryn.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I hope people listening will actually just listen to all of the folks who've just spoken, and I think there's still a few more people, but just sign up. You won't regret it.
Thank you.